was
I just
weird.
threw that name out because in today's paper on Twitter, it said that the basketball player from the Lakers is producing a Pistol Pete Maravich.
Oh, that's awesome.
Biopic. And I'm sitting there going, what kills me about today is they're doing biopics about people that these motherfuckers don't even know. That movie should have been done
20
2
years
weeks
ago.
after he fucking died.
Yeah.
But nobody thought about doing it, Do you know much about Pistol Pete?
I mean, I think I know a pretty good amount about him. I mean, I know he played, I know he played at LSU. I know he played for the Jazz. I know his two sons.
Really?
Yeah. They played ball like whenever I was growing up. So one of them like a little younger, one of them a little bit older. So, I mean, they were legends. It was kind of, it was a small town. Like it was
legends.
Yeah, the biggest name in, for
his
sure.
If he lost, his father wouldn't let him sleep in the house and shit. Would make him sleep in the fucking yard. This is Southern basketball, Jack.
Dude, they had a half court or a quarter court in their upstairs of their house above the in the attic. They had a basketball
They didn't
court.
fuck around. The marriages didn't fuck around. That old man didn't fuck around.
That dude
He had that's why he drank himself to death, Pistol Pete, because there was no childhood. His father made him go out there and do wind sprints and shit.
Yeah.
And that guy wasn't fast, but his fucking handling skills were just phenomenal.
He made up for it.
In my life, I've seen two people handle a ball fucking phenomenally. One was a guy named Pistol Pete Maravich, who was an NBA player. And another guy was a kid from South Carolina. His name was Jackie Galoon.
White kid or black kid?
White kid. And he played basketball on acid. That's why he didn't get drafted, because he was such a freak. But his handling skills, I saw him play, and I played against him when I got older. His handling skills were so fucking unbelievable, what he could do with a ball. And unless you see that,
right,
it's really hard to explain.
Right.
Even if you see Kobe Bryant pass or whoever, Stephen Marbury pass, it was nothing. Or dribble or the control that Pistol Pete had for a white guy. And he had a tragic life. I don't think he ever won a championship.
I don't think he ever won a championship. I know, I think he still has the highest average per game for college.
Right. Yeah, because he shot 90 times a fucking game. His father was the
That's
coach
the
or something. His father would say, "Fuck those 4 guys."
Yep, literally.
Shoot the fucking ball. Shoot the fuck those 4 motherfuckers.
I heard he even tried to. Sometimes he would wear a completely different jersey. Like he would be on a team and they'd have play in a team, and then he'd show up in a total different jersey and be like, "I'm gonna play both you guys," and they'd be like, "You're out of your fucking mind." Dude was nuts, bro. But yeah, man, we got out to look for all types of chimps that had gotten out of that joint. You can still look for it online. They got some old stories about it.
It's crazy because
they had a lot of. Go on. Sorry.
No, I grew up in New York City, but in my heart, after I saw different places, there was a couple places I wish I would have grown up. One would have been New Orleans.
Yeah.
The other would have been Houston. And there was one other place I wanted to grow up when I was a kid. I don't know why.
New Orleans would have.
I don't know why.
I always thought New York would be really cool.
You follow me? Like, there's always places, like, I'm very proud to be from Jersey. I love being from where I'm from. But it would be interesting. Like, when I go to New Orleans and I'm driving around, I always go, how would I have turned out if I would have grown up on this fucking street?
Well, I don't know about you, but I feel like the South gets a bad rap up north. But when I was driving, I drove across the country 3 times. I love the South. Everyone's nice.
Yeah.
It has nice weather. Like, I felt like I got a bad rap when I was in Mass.
People are fucking, I don't know. People are chill down there, man. But it's a lot of the same. Like, you definitely notice it's a lot of old-fashioned ideas down there. Like, people, the concepts are slow,
But that's what makes the South the South.
Right.
Listen, that's what makes the South the South. I read somewhere that last week when those guys, the terrorists, shot those people, that the neighbor said he suspected something, but he didn't want to call the police because he didn't want to seem racist.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Because he was too politically correct. You understand? We're at a point in our lives where we're too politically correct. Look what happened yesterday. Fucking Trump makes that announcement against Muslims. His fucking rating is the highest it's ever been. It's like 35%. He's 20 points ahead of the fucking competition. 19 points ahead of the competition.
I like, you like Sleepy Black?
What's that?
I don't know what
Ben
that
Carson?
Is. Oh, Jesus.
I can't vote, so I don't really know.
Oh, you can't even vote?
No, I got felonies, and I don't want to fucking vote. It's too much pressure. Then you got to be responsible for your fucking vote. I don't have that type of fucking conscience.
So if you get a felony, you don't have to vote?
Like 10
can't.
years.
Oh, that's
10
awesome.
years. You can't vote and you can't have a fucking gun. That's what that's the punishment they give you. Like, really? So I can't vote and I can't have a fucking gun. I could see not having a gun, But what voting got to do with it? I was disappointed, but after I thought about voting, I go, you know what? It's too much pressure. It's too much pressure. I don't know how people just vote and move on with their fucking lives. Voting for me is like gambling. If I would have voted on fucking Obama, I would have been pissed off right now. You follow me? You're in a corner at the fucking movie theater because you voted for fucking Obama. That's what they should do to people. Like, if you make a bad vote and you know you voted for them, take 50 people out of each neighborhood and throw stones at them, you dumb fucks.
They're all liars.
Drown people. Drown them.
I don't vote. I got in a big fight with my mom and Paula when they were here. When there's no popular vote, I think it doesn't matter at all. Especially like where I grew up in Mass. There's no, if you vote for a Republican, you're throwing away your vote.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't make sense that the popular vote isn't the way it elects people. And then even if it did, they all lie anyways. So I don't get the point.
What do you think you would dress like if you were a politician? Do you feel like sometimes I think about that, like, would I fucking totally change the game and wear like, like a wife beater or some crazy boots or something, Like if you were like, sometimes I think like, say if you was a governor or something, you'd be like, I'm gonna wear these crazy boots, or I'm gonna wear like a fucking dope jacket.
If I was a voting American, if I really was a voting American, I wouldn't give a fuck about abortion. That's got nothing to do with the price of eggs. I want to know what you're going to do. The country's in this state of the country right now. What are you going to do to get us out of this state? Let's go step by step for your 2 terms. Let's go for the 8 years.
Yeah.
Give me the 8 years. How it's going to pan out. What are you going to do the first year? What are you going to take care of? What's second on the agenda? What's third?
Yeah,
do I give a fuck about the homeless problem? Not fucking really. There's a ton of fucking problems you got to take in before we worry about the minute little things.
Agreed.
Homeless people want to be fucking homeless people. What do you want me to do?
A lot of them are doing fine.
A lot of them are doing fine. You see them over here at the end of 134 getting change, then they walk over to their fucking Corvette. I'm driving a fucking Subaru, hustling like a fucking savage, taking 2 planes a fucking week. And these cocksuckers are getting change, making $40,000 a year at the end of the 134. Listen, man. It's not the point I'm talking about, but that's I want to know your plan. I want to know your plan step by step by step by step, how it applies to me as an American. I want you to plan it out for fucking people who make $50,000 or less. I want you to tell them.
Real people.
Real people.
Yeah.
And now you were talking about the South and that they're slower and that all that shit. You know what? I like that.
Yeah.
I like that that's there and the reason why it's there. There's a reason why a white guy would say that he's going to stop Muslims from coming in right now. And people raise their hands. There's half of them that say, it's cruel or whatever. But the other half are Americans that feel, we got to stop this somewhere.
Oh, yeah, man. I think you got to shut it down, bro. I would say if they had walls and you could press a button right now, I'd put them up everywhere.
But it's not just that. It's, look at the fucking, the people, the white dude. It's people who shut up the movie theater. Let's not just blame one fucking source.
No, 100%. We got to find out who's in there. I just want to know who my neighbors are. We all got to figure this shit out. Who's here,
Listen,
bro.
man, Pete, you said it best yourself. They're building buildings and people moving in and out. They just said that these people have a fucking passport duplication.
Yeah, that's
if you don't think they're here, if you don't think
they're
dealing
making billions on oil, they have everything. It's just, and I don't know because what are they going to do? They're going to walk. Are they going to go around knocking on your neighbor's doors like, hey, we're going to check all the Muslims out? Well, you can't.
Not even Muslims, but even just regular people.
I don't pay too much attention. If Trump hadn't said the things he said about Hispanics and this stuff about the Muslims, I think a lot more people would be on board.
Yeah.
I actually read an article yesterday that they're predicting that Trump is going to bow out at the end, just like he did the last time. So maybe he doesn't want too much support. I don't know.
Right.
But it's crazy what people say, and then if you lay out a plan, right? What happens when they don't do any of what they said?
Yeah.